Deep in the frozen wilderness of northern Canada, there's a chilling mystery that's baffled historians, skeptics, and paranormal enthusiasts for nearly a century. Imagine a peaceful Inuit village nestled near Anjikuni Lake that reportedly vanished without a trace. The year was 1930. Fur trapper Joe LaBelle discovered the village empty, with smoldering fires and untouched food. Even the sled dogs were found starved or frozen to death. Theories range from natural disasters to supernatural forces, but no official records confirm the incident. Some reports claim strange blue lights were seen in the sky. The Anjikuni Lake disappearance remains one of Canada's most haunting unsolved mysteries. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. Before we dive deeper into the mystery of the Anjikuni Lake disappearance, it's essential to understand the historical and cultural significance of this remote region. The Anjikuni Lake area, located in Nunavut, is part of Canada's vast northern wilderness. This harsh yet beautiful landscape has been home to the Inuit people for thousands of years. The Inuit, known for their resilience and deep connection to the land, have thrived in these challenging conditions through their remarkable skills in hunting, fishing, and survival. For the Inuit, the land is not just a place to live, but a sacred space filled with spiritual meaning. Every mountain, river, and lake carries stories passed down through generations. Anjikuni Lake itself is surrounded by legends and lore, making it a significant location in Inuit oral history. One such legend speaks of the Tornrarsuk, spirits believed to inhabit the wilderness. These spirits, both benevolent and malevolent, are said to guide or mislead those who venture into their domain. Could these ancient beliefs have influenced the stories surrounding the disappearance? The early 20th century was a time of significant change for the Inuit communities. Encounters with European settlers, fur traders, and missionaries brought new challenges and opportunities. Joe LaBelle, the fur trapper who discovered the abandoned village, was part of this wave of outsiders exploring the north. The Inuit way of life was deeply intertwined with the rhythms of nature. Seasonal migrations were common as families moved to follow the herds of caribou or the schools of fish. These migrations were well planned and executed, making the sudden disappearance of an entire village even more perplexing. Understanding the cultural backdrop helps us appreciate the magnitude of the mystery. The disappearance wasn't just a vanishing act. It was a disruption of a way of life that had persisted for millennia. So, as we ponder the various theories, natural disaster, hostile attack, or supernatural intervention, it's crucial to remember the cultural context. The Anjikuni Lake disappearance isn't just a mystery to be solved. It's a story that touches the heart of Inuit heritage and the enigmatic allure of the Canadian North. Let's delve into the life of Joe LaBelle, the fur trapper who discovered the deserted village. Understanding his background can shed light on his account. Born in the late 19th century, he grew up when the Canadian wilderness was both opportunity and peril. He learned the ways of the land and the indigenous peoples. Known for his exceptional tracking and survival skills, he relied on knowledge shared by the Inuit and other indigenous communities. This made him a trusted figure among locals and the fur trading community. In November 1930, LaBelle was on a routine trapping expedition near Anjikuni Lake. He was familiar with the village he was about to encounter. As he approached, he sensed something was amiss. The usual sounds of village life were absent, replaced by an eerie silence. LaBelle found the village completely deserted. Fires were still burning, and meals were left uneaten. His discovery was both shocking and unsettling. LaBelle's account quickly spread, drawing attention from the RCMP and the media. While some skeptics questioned his story, those who knew LaBelle vouched for his honesty. His reputation and knowledge lent credibility to his account. However, it's important to consider the context in which LaBelle operated. The early 20th century was a time of rapid change and exploration in the North. Encounters with the unknown were not uncommon, and the line between reality and legend often blurred. Was LaBelle's discovery a genuine mystery, or were there other factors at play? As we continue to explore the Anjikuni Lake disappearance, LaBelle's perspective offers a crucial piece of the puzzle. His experience and credibility add weight to the mystery, inviting us to consider the various possibilities with an open mind. What do you think about Joe LaBelle's account? Could his experiences and background provide a clearer understanding of what happened to the village? What really happened? Now that we've delved into Joe LaBelle's life and perspective, it's time to turn our attention to the various theories that have been proposed to explain the Anjikuni Lake disappearance. First, let's consider natural disasters. Some have speculated that a sudden environmental catastrophe, such as a severe blizzard or a rapid shift in the lake's water levels, could have forced the villagers to leave abruptly. However, given LaBelle's observation of undisturbed fires and uneaten meals, this theory seems less likely. A natural disaster of such magnitude would likely have left more visible signs of chaos and destruction. Next, we have the theory of hostile forces. During the early 20th century, tensions between different groups, including rival indigenous tribes, or even fur trading competitors, could have escalated to violence. But again, LaBelle's account of a peaceful, yet eerily deserted village challenges this theory. There were no signs of struggle or conflict, which one would expect in the case of a hostile encounter. Then, there's the possibility of a mass abduction, either by unknown human agents or even extraterrestrial beings. This theory, while more sensational, has been fueled by the lack of physical evidence and the sudden nature of the disappearance. Stories of strange lights in the sky and other unusual occurrences have been reported in the region, adding a layer of intrigue to this hypothesis. Another plausible explanation could involve a mass migration. The villagers might have left in search of better living conditions, possibly due to dwindling resources or changes in traditional hunting patterns. However, the abrupt nature of their departure, leaving behind essential items and provisions, raises questions about this theory as well. Finally, we must consider the role of folklore and legend. The North is rich with stories of spirits and supernatural forces. Could the villagers have been influenced by such beliefs, leading them to abandon their homes in fear or reverence of an unseen entity? While this theory is more abstract, it aligns with the cultural context of the region. As we weigh these theories, it's clear that the Anjikuni Lake disappearance remains an enigma. Each explanation has its strengths and weaknesses, and the truth may lie in a combination of these factors or in an entirely different scenario we have yet to consider. We've delved into various theories surrounding the Anjikuni Lake disappearance, but now it's time to explore the more eerie and supernatural explanations that have captivated imaginations for decades. First, let's consider the possibility of ghostly entities. The North is steeped in folklore and legends of spirits and supernatural beings. Some believe that the villagers may have encountered malevolent spirits that drove them from their homes. Stories of haunted locations and restless spirits are not uncommon in indigenous cultures, and the fear of these entities could have led to a mass exodus. Could the villagers have fled in terror, leaving behind their belongings in a desperate attempt to escape an otherworldly threat? Next, we have the theory of alien abductions. This hypothesis, while more sensational, has gained traction due to the lack of physical evidence and the sudden nature of the disappearance. Eyewitness accounts of strange blue lights in the sky have been reported in the region around the time of the disappearance. Could these lights have been the work of extraterrestrial beings? The idea of a mass abduction by aliens is certainly intriguing, and it would explain the complete lack of human remains or signs of struggle. Additionally, some have speculated that the villagers were taken by an unknown force for reasons beyond our understanding. This theory aligns with the mysterious blue lights and other unusual occurrences reported in the area. Could an advanced civilization have intervened in the lives of the Anjikuni villagers, spiriting them away to an unknown destination? As we delve deeper into these supernatural and unexplained theories, it's important to consider the cultural context and the power of belief. The North is a land of mystery, and the stories passed down through generations often blur the lines between reality and the fantastical. Whether driven by fear, reverence, or an encounter with the unknown, the villagers' sudden disappearance continues to baffle investigators and storytellers alike. What do you think? Could the answer to the Anjikuni Lake mystery lie in the realm of the supernatural? Or is there a more earthly explanation that we have yet to uncover? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Now, let's take a closer look at the indigenous legends and folklore that speak of spirits and mysterious forces in the tundra. How do these stories align with the Anjikuni disappearance? Indigenous cultures of the North have long held rich oral traditions, filled with tales of spirits, mystical beings, and otherworldly phenomena. One such legend speaks of the Torn Gate, powerful spirits that roam the land and have the ability to influence and even control human actions. Could these spirits have played a role in the sudden vanishing of the Anjikuni villagers? Another compelling piece of folklore is the story of the Kalupalik, a creature described as a humanoid being that lives beneath the icy waters. According to legend, the Kalupalik lures people, especially children, to their doom with a haunting, melodic call. Could this ancient story be a metaphor for something that actually happened at Anjikuni Lake? Moreover, the land itself is considered sacred by many indigenous peoples. The concept of Sila, which represents the weather, the sky, and the natural world, is deeply respected. Disturbances to the land or disrespect towards these spiritual elements are believed to invoke the wrath of the spirits. Could an unseen transgression have led to the villagers' disappearance as a form of divine retribution? These stories and beliefs are more than just myths. They are a vital part of the cultural fabric that has shaped the understanding of the world for generations. They serve as a reminder of the close relationship between the people and the land, and the reverence held for the unseen forces that govern the natural world. As we ponder these legends, it becomes clear that the Anjikuni Lake disappearance isn't just a mystery of the physical world, but also one of the spiritual realm. The intertwining of folklore and reality adds another layer of intrigue to this already perplexing case. What do you think? Could these indigenous legends hold the key to understanding what happened to the villagers of Anjikuni Lake? Now we'll examine the skepticism surrounding the Anjikuni disappearance. What do the skeptics say? And what evidence do they present to debunk this mystery? Many skeptics argue that the Anjikuni Lake disappearance is nothing more than an elaborate hoax or a case of historical embellishment. One of the central points of contention is the lack of contemporary records or corroborative evidence. Critics point out that the story primarily gained traction through newspaper articles and books, often written years after the supposed event. Another key argument is the absence of any official investigation records. Despite the sensational nature of the story, there are no documented police reports or official inquiries that confirm the mass disappearance. This has led some to believe that the story was either fabricated or greatly exaggerated over time. Skeptics also highlight the inconsistencies in the narrative. For instance, different versions of the story provide varying details about the number of people who disappeared, the state of the village, and the timeline of events. These discrepancies cast doubt on the reliability of the accounts. Additionally, some researchers suggest that the story may have been influenced by the cultural context of the time. The early 20th century was a period rife with fascination for the unexplained and the supernatural. Stories of ghost towns, alien abductions, and mysterious disappearances were popular, and the Anjikuni lake tale may have been a product of this zeitgeist. Furthermore, skeptics propose more mundane explanations for the disappearance, such as migration due to harsh living conditions or a tragic but natural disaster. These scenarios, though less sensational, offer a plausible alternative to the supernatural and mysterious interpretations. As we consider these skeptical viewpoints, it's essential to remember that mysteries often have multiple layers and interpretations. While the story of Anjikuni Lake captivates the imagination, the search for truth requires a balanced examination of all perspectives. What do you think? Are the skeptics onto something? Or is there more to the Anjikuni Lake disappearance than meets the eye? In this chapter, we'll compare the Anjikuni disappearance with other similar unsolved mysteries around the world. Are there any patterns or common elements that could provide clues to what happened at Anjikuni Lake? Let's start with the infamous Roanoke colony disappearance in the late 16th century. Much like Anjikuni, an entire settlement vanished without a trace, leaving behind cryptic clues and puzzled historians. The word Croatoan carved into a tree is eerily reminiscent of the abandoned kayaks and deserted fires found at Anjikuni. Both cases involve isolated communities, unexplained vanishings, and a lack of concrete evidence, fueling endless speculation. Next, consider the Dyatlov Pass incident of 1959 in the Ural Mountains of Russia. Here, 9 experienced hikers perished under mysterious circumstances, their tent found ripped open from the inside. Theories range from avalanches to secret military tests, but no definitive explanation has ever been confirmed. The Dyatlov Pass incident, like Anjikuni, has elements of the supernatural and unexplained, with some suggesting UFO involvement or Yeti encounters. We can also look at the Flannan Isles lighthouse disappearance in 1900, where 3 lighthouse keepers vanished without a trace. Theories span from rogue waves to sea monsters, but much like Anjikuni, the truth remains elusive. The common thread here is isolation and the sudden, inexplicable nature of the disappearances. Another intriguing case is the disappearance of Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 in 2014. Despite advanced technology and extensive searches, the aircraft and its 239 passengers remain lost. This modern mystery mirrors Anjikuni in the sense of complete vanishing, with no wreckage or conclusive evidence to provide closure. So, what do these cases tell us? Is there a pattern? One common element is the remote and often harsh environments where these disappearances occur. Such settings naturally complicate search and rescue operations and can obscure evidence. Another shared theme is the presence of unexplained or supernatural theories, which often fill the void left by the absence of hard facts. These global mysteries highlight our enduring fascination with the unknown. They remind us that despite technological advancements, some questions remain unanswered. Whether it's the result of natural phenomena, human error, or something beyond our understanding, the allure of these unsolved cases continues to captivate. What do you think? Do these comparisons shed any light on the Anjikuni Lake disappearance? Or do they simply add more layers to the mystery? In this concluding chapter, we'll summarize the key points and theories discussed throughout the video and invite you to share your thoughts and theories in the comments. We began by delving into the Anjikuni Lake disappearance, a chilling mystery that has baffled many for decades. We explored the cultural and historical context, giving us a glimpse into the lives of the Inuit people and the harsh environment they inhabited. Next, we examined the life and perspective of Joe LaBelle, the trapper who first reported the disappearance. His account has been both a cornerstone and a point of contention in this enduring mystery. We then ventured into possible explanations, ranging from the plausible to the supernatural. We discussed everything from harsh weather conditions and animal attacks to UFOs and otherworldly phenomena. Indigenous legends and folklore provided another layer of intrigue, offering rich cultural narratives that might hold clues to what happened at Anjikuni Lake. We also considered alternative viewpoints, including the possibility that the entire story was a fabrication or a misunderstanding. These perspectives remind us to approach such mysteries with a critical eye. In our last chapter, we compared the Anjikuni disappearance with other global unsolved mysteries like the Roanoke Colony, Dyatlov Pass, and Malaysian Airlines flight MH370. These comparisons revealed common patterns, but also highlighted the unique elements of each case. So, what do these investigations tell us? Is there a definitive answer, or does the mystery of Anjikuni Lake remain as elusive as ever? While we may never know the full truth, the journey of exploration itself is a testament to our enduring fascination with the unknown. What do you think? Do these theories bring us closer to understanding what happened at Anjikuni Lake? Or do they only deepen the mystery?